So here I want to talk about solving a first-order linear differential equation. And here I'm going to solve, we've got 1 plus x multiplied by y prime minus xy equals x plus x squared. So I'm going to go through this one a little bit faster. And just to recall, what we need to do is first we have to put our differential equation in this form, y prime plus p of x times y equals q of x. So notice we don't have the y prime by itself. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is divide both sides by this 1 plus x. We'll have to compute this integrating factor after that. We'll multiply both sides by the integrating factor, and then we'll integrate both sides, and we'll see that the left side is going to be easy to integrate. Okay, so the first thing I need to do, again, is I need to get the y prime by itself. So I'm going to start off simply by dividing both sides by 1 plus x. So if we do that, on the left side, we'll just be left with y prime minus x over 1 plus x times y. And notice on the right side, I could factor an x out of the numerator. And if I do that, notice that the right side is going to simplify. So I'm going to leave the left side alone, and I'm just going to be left with x on the right side. Now, one little thing to be careful about, notice in our form here, so right, this is what we want over to the side. Notice my form has a plus sign in there where we have a minus. So I'm going to rewrite this left side one time. I'm going to write that as y prime plus negative x over 1 plus x times y equals x. So now I do have this nice form, and this is where I'm now going to compute this integrating factor. So it says the integrating factor, it says we take e raised to the integral of whatever is sitting in front of y, which is going to be the negative x over 1 plus x. Now be careful, the first time I did this, I did not rewrite this. And by not rewriting it, I left out the negative. So if you did that, you're in good company. Just be careful about that. Okay, so now really what I'm trying to do is just integrate the negative x over 1 plus x. So let me just break that down one more time. Now, there's a couple different ways you could do the integration here. You could do long division. I'm going to do a little bit of algebra. So I've got my negative x on top. I'm going to subtract 1 and add 1 to that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up. So I'm kind of being a little clever here. I'm going to make this negative x minus 1 over, I've got 1 plus x in the denominator. Let me just write it as x plus 1 instead. Plus 1 over x plus 1. So all I'm doing is just breaking up my fraction. And now notice for the first part, I could actually factor a negative out of the numerator and have x plus 1 over x plus 1, which is kind of the magic. That's why I subtracted 1 and added 1. I noticed that the signs were going to be opposite. I've got negative x minus 1 and 1 plus x. So what I'm thinking is, well, I could really just factor that negative out, and that'll make things work out nicely. Okay, so we're still going. So we're still just trying to integrate. So notice I'm going to be left with negative 1 plus 1 over x plus 1. And now I'm going to integrate that. The antiderivative will be negative x. And then it looks like we'll get plus the natural logarithm of the absolute value of x plus 1. Now, we tack a plus c on here, but for our integrating factor, we don't really have to worry about that. Okay, so now I've got e raised to that integral we said of negative x over 1 plus x dx. But we just computed that, so that's going to be e to the negative x plus the natural logarithm of the absolute value of x plus 1. Well, I can keep simplifying. This is going to be e to the negative x times e to the natural logarithm of the absolute value of x plus 1. Notice we can just replace those. In this case, we can replace the absolute value with just parentheses. And this is going to be e to the negative x. And then by properties of logarithms, I'm just going to be left simply with x plus 1. Okie dokie. So now this is going to be, again, our integrating factor. And this is what we multiply both sides of our differential equation by. So, okay, so we put it in this form. Great. So now we've got this form. And now I'm going to multiply both sides by that integrating factor. So we multiply both sides by that integrating factor. So let's do that. So I'll put some parentheses here, and it says we're going to multiply both sides here by the e to the negative x, and I'm going to rewrite this as 1 plus x. So e to the negative x times 1 plus x. And the idea is now we're going to simply integrate both sides. And the thing to recognize is, is notice that if I take the derivative with respect to x of our integrating factor, which is e to the negative x multiplied by 1 plus x, if I multiply that by y, I actually get all of this stuff right back. So the derivative of the integrating factor with respect to x times y, that's magically going to give me all of this previous stuff back. And you can double check that, but that's something that happens with integrating factors. That's the whole point. That's really the magic of this. Okay, so I've got the derivative with respect to x, and I'm just, so all I've done is I've just rewritten the left side. And on the right side, well, I still have e to the negative x. Notice I could distribute this out a little bit. So this is going to be x plus x squared. And now what we're going to do is, if I integrate both sides, well, on the left side, I'm just going to be left with the e to the negative x, 1 plus x times y. And then on the right side, well, now we have to actually integrate. Okay, so let's actually integrate this. And now the question is, how do we integrate this? Okay, so I should put my dx over there since I'm integrating. So if we integrate, what I would do is I would distribute this out. So I would have x times e to the negative x plus x squared times e to the negative x dx. And now what we're going to have to do is we would have to use integration by parts on the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break that up into now two separate integrals. So again, more work. So I've got the integral of x e to the negative x. I should put my dx on there. Plus the integral of x squared e to the negative x dx. Okay, so we're going to use integration by parts twice. Or excuse me, we're going to use integration by parts on each integral. Oh my goodness. So lots of stuff here. So remember, sorry, my pen's doing some weird stuff. Okay, so integration by parts. So remember that the integration by parts formula, it says that the integral of u dv equals u, let me write that a little better, uv minus the integral of v du. Okay, yuck. So I'm going to do the x e to the negative x part first. So I'm going to pick u to be equal to x. I've got to pick dv, that's going to be my e to the negative x dx. Well, my differential du will just be dx. And if I integrate e to the negative x, that's going to give me negative e to the negative x. Okay, so if I fill in this formula, it says we get u times v, which is going to be negative e to the negative x, minus the integral of v, which is negative e to the negative x, times du, which is dx. Okay, so really what we have is we've got negative x e to the negative x, so there's this portion. And notice my negative and my negative, that's simply going to become a positive. And again, if I integrate e to the negative x, just like we did, I'm going to get negative, I'm going to get a negative e to the negative x. Okay, and we would tack on plus c, but again, this is really the part that I'm going to keep. Okay, so now I've integrated the first integral, and then we would have to, again, just integrate the other one. We would have to integrate x squared e to the negative x dx. Okay, so x squared e to the negative x dx. So I'm just using, I'm just integrating the second integral. And again, I've got to use integration by parts. So I'm going to let u be equal to x squared. My dv is going to be e to the negative x dx. Well, when I calculate du, I'm going to get 2x dx. And again, when I integrate, when I go from dv to v, I'm going to get negative e to the negative x. So it looks like on this one, we're actually going to do integration by parts twice. So it says we get u times v minus the integral of v, which is, again, negative e to the negative x, times du, which is going to be 2x dx. So let me rewrite this. This is negative x squared. So negative x squared e to the negative x. Again, my two negatives make a positive. I could pull that 2 out front, and then I've got x e to the negative x dx left over. But hey, x e to the negative x dx, that's what we already integrated in our previous one. So we've got x squared e to the negative x plus 2 times. Well, now let's use our previous formula. So we said if we integrate x e to the negative x, we get this stuff. So let's try to jot that down there. So it looks like we get negative x times e to the negative x minus, so again, I'm just substituting in this stuff, minus e to the negative x. I don't care about that plus c just yet. Whoops. So we'll leave that plus c off. We'll stick it over here now since we've actually done all the integration. Okay, so I've got negative x squared e to the negative x. It looks like minus 2x e to the negative x, and then minus 2 e to the negative x. Let's see, minus 2 e to the negative x plus c. Oh my goodness. So what on earth have we actually done at this point? Well, I've got all of this stuff. That's again what we're trying to work with here. But now we've actually evaluated this integral on the right side. That's what we've now done here. So okay, so it looks like I've got e to the negative x, 1 plus x times y. And on the right side, after integrating all this, again, that's what we did by doing integration by parts twice. Okie dokie. It looks like we got this to be negative x squared e to the negative x minus 2x e to the negative x minus 2e to the negative x plus c. And okay, now we're almost there. We just have to divide both sides by this e to the negative x multiplied by 1 plus x. So we'll get y equals, okay, so we would have negative x squared e to the negative x. I'm just going to divide each term. So let's see, we would divide by, we've got our e to the negative x and then 1 plus x minus, okay, so we've got 2x e to the negative x. And again, I'm just dividing by this stuff. So again, I'm going to write this as 1 plus x and then e to the negative x. I'm just making things line up so things will cancel out a little bit nicer. Minus 2e to the negative x over, okay, so again, 1 plus x, e to the negative x. Last but not least, we have our plus c over e to the negative x multiplied by 1 plus x. Okay, I think we're almost there, thankfully. If we simplify, okay, it looks like to me I'm getting, so the e to the negative x and e to the negative x will cancel. I've got negative x squared over 1 plus x minus 2x over 1 plus x. Again, after these cancel, the e to the x and the e to the x will cancel, minus 2 over just 1 plus x. One plus x, and it looks like we have plus c over, again, I'll write this as 1 plus x times e to the negative x. Okay, and I think that is now our solution, barring some little mistake. So again, one more time, what did we do? What did we do in all of this? Well, the first thing we did was we put it in the correct form, simply by dividing both sides by 1 plus x, and I should even circle this. That looks a little bit better. So what did we do? We divided both sides by 1 plus x to get to this part. We computed our integrating factor by doing a bunch of algebra and integration to now compute our integrating factor. We multiplied both sides of our differential equation by that integrating factor. We noticed that the left side is simply going to be the derivative of that integrating factor times y, which makes the integration easy. We do have to integrate this right side. Well, to integrate the right side, I distributed the e to the negative x. So now we broke up this right side into two separate integrals. We had to integrate those two separate integrals using integration by parts a couple times. We put all of that together. That was now the antiderivative of the right side. So now I just jump to this stage, and then again it's just a matter of now dividing both sides by the e to the negative x multiplied by 1 plus x, cleaning it up, and finally that gives us our solution. So okay, I hope this helps, and I hope this makes some sense. And yeah, a lot of work, a lot of integration by parts. But once you put it all together, we now have a nice, hopefully clean and correct solution.